Hello, I'm Jason Prather, a Deputy Sheriff, firearms enthusiast, and content creator for Bit Armament. Today I want to talk about some gear identification stuff. We have a lot of gear issued to us. A lot of our gear looks a lot alike. I don't like playing the game of, is that my flashlight or is that mine? Is that your mask or is that mine? That is a terrible look from the outside and it's aggravating on the inside. So I've come up with a couple of solutions that I use regularly. The first one I actually borrowed from my dad. This was my dad's duty light. He put a band of yellow reflective tape around the end. This sits down inside the holster of the belt. You can't see it if the flashlight is up on the ground. Hopefully somebody else comes along with a flashlight and you get to see the bright reflective light coming off of the tape. I went ahead and did the same thing with mine using 3M retro reflective tape. I usually put a lot of this tape on my gear that I wear every day. My radio, my body camera, basically anything that's going to be dark in color is going to be a pain to find at night. Hopefully I have either another flashlight in the car, on my person, have somebody else helping me out if I lose gear. I can just go back, shine some flashlights, the retroflective tape jumps out at me, I can find my stuff quick. Now when it came to my dive gear, I got issued a bunch of agency dive gear and it looked just like everybody else's gear on the team. And as I said before, I do not like the game of, is this your gear or is this my gear? For my personal gear is bright green. There is a lot of green. There's no mistaking my personal gear from anyone else's. My work gear, I can't really do that too, but I came up with a different option. I had multiple silicone bracelets made with my name and ID number, and on the back side is my agency. I put multiple of these on my dive gear, one on the first stage of my Guardian regulator. I put one inside the spider strap on the mask of the Guardian. There's one around the first stage, and then I put some around like my fins, just places that I could fit something that wouldn't get in my way, wouldn't cause a drag or getting hung up on something. But if I walk around the boat, I can say, those are mine, and have no more issues. I also found that it fits pretty good on my ticket book. And again, these are a dime a dozen in law enforcement. Everybody's probably got one, and they all more or less look alike. This was actually my dad's. He had put a piece of, I guess these are the old ID tapes, where you had the little clicking machine where you programmed in whatever you wanted it to say and you sat there and clicked through it. I went ahead and just put my band on it. So, I mean, still the same last name. And it doesn't interfere with my ticket book. I did keep it up here, but it was kind of hard to shut. So I got to where I like to just write down there in the end. Not so much gear identification as far as this gear is mine. Interesting thing I learned recently. Our agency switched from 40 cal to 9mm. I was very unhappy with this idea because I am really set up for 40 cal. I have lead molds, I have plenty of lead, primers, casings, my powder loads are all set up. I've got multiple Glocks all in 40 cal that all take the 40 cal magazine. I have a bunch of 40 cal magazines. Now we're introducing 9mm magazines into my collection because of work. So how am I going to tell them apart? It's bothered me a while. I've looked at multiple different ideas. They have some base plates that looked interesting. But when I finally got issued my 9mm, I noticed that the Gen 5 magazine base protrudes out just a little bit more than the Gen 3s that I have. So pretty much right off the bat, I'm just going to be able to tell by feel which one is the 9mm, which one's the 40 cal, which is mostly what I was looking for. I don't want to be in a situation where I'm grabbing a mag thinking that it's one and it's actually the other, because they will physically interchange. They will not function correctly. If you liked the video, please consider liking and subscribing. And other than that, take care and have a good day.